The one that plays Raphael in person is pretty gorgeous.
I beg your pardon?
Pretty gorgeous.
I beg your pardon?
When someone has a presence like Alan Ritchson, it's impossible for a screen to diminish the effect. Willa Fitzgerald may have met him over Zoom, but it didn't stop her from feeling the full impact of all of him. Some things are just as overwhelming no matter the distance.
And I remember even getting onto the Zoom and like meeting him over Zoom, and I was like, you look gigantic. And I think I probably said something like borderline rude about that on the Zoom call.
Fine.
Alan knows this is the key to a woman's heart, and it will shock you. No, it's not the rock-hard abs or being an action star. It's not even a man in the kitchen. It has everything to do with his dream career.
My musical genre would be, is NSYNC a genre? I would be in the boy band genre. That's been my dream since high school. I would compete with Justin Timberlake on his finest day. That would be my goal.
We know Alan Ritchson didn't become a Backstreet Boy, but did you know he auditioned for American Idol? And one judge in particular was ready to crown him the winner. The moment he walked in, it was game over. Honestly, it didn't matter what he sang, he had already won just by showing up.
Oh, God, Paul. I am single, you know, shoot.
There was this one guy in Atlanta, his name is Alan Ritchson, and he's totally hot. Randy and Simon decided to leave the table and let Alan sing the whole audition to me.
You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I always stay around.
I think that's low enough, Alan. Thank you.
That's enough. That's enough.
Come on, man.
Okay, go back out, dude. Go back out.
I can't compete! I just can't compete!
Sonia Cassidy speaks, but it's the motion of her arm that tells the story, tracing the air like she's sculpting Alan's frame mid-sentence. Watching her describe him is like watching someone relive a scene they never quite got over.
It's all very easy. And then you call action and you just see him, every part of him just switch into Reacher mode, which is a very different energy and way of being. And that is just delightful to see in real time and a testament.
Okay, come on now. At this point, this guy deserves his flowers. He has set the bar way too high. If you're not built like him, good luck keeping up. Alan finally reveals the secret to his physique, and it takes a whole lot of sweat to look that good.
Just a 30, 45-minute workout?
Yeah, but dude, I've been doing this for decades. People think it's like, well, how long would it take to go 20 years, 30 minutes a day for 20 years? Come tell me, if you have a weight problem or you don't have some kind of abs after 20 years of 5 days a week, come talk to me.
They say heroes don't wear capes.
Nuggets!
And Alan Ritchson just proved why. As he shared his story with the women at The View, it felt less like an interview and more like a scene pulled from a blockbuster. But for the women, it wasn't just about hearing the tale. It was about imagining being in Alan's strong arms.
I heard you had a real-life Reacher moment. You were in Canada and stumbled on a crime being committed. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I was on a date with my wife. Boo! And my wife noticed some feet dangling out of a vehicle, and she said, I think that dude's breaking into the car. And he ran off with like a ton of bags and passed us up. And she was like, please don't do this. I don't think he thought I was going to chase him down. I was dressed.
Wait, you chased him down?
Yes.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I had to.
Go to Reacher.
She goes, don't do it.
Hotter.
You're goddamn right.
And so he took a left. I turned the corner. I almost caught up to him. He took another left, and I rounded the corner. He was gone. So I looked out of the van in front of me, and he was there. And he took off again. And so I caught up to him, and we're running side by side. And he goes to put his hands on me. I could tell he's like running, but he's like got his fist up. I was like, don't do this, dude. And he shoves me, and I was like, all right. So I gently, I don't want to hurt him. But I
gently shove.
Like multiple spins into a building wall, and he just sat down. That was it. That was really it.
We all know Alan's presence is impossible to ignore, but what's even more fascinating is Hilary Swank's reaction to it. Talking about him on the Jimmy Fallon show, she couldn't help but mention he's big.
What's this right here? This is my penis. That's your penis, all right.
You could hear the admiration in her voice. It wasn't just about the size, it was about the impact he left on her.
And then he got like Fast and Furious 50 or whatever number they're on now while we were filming, and he had to like beef up as we were going.
He's the size of this
You're
couch.
getting really big. You really can.
Alan Ritchson lights up when Olivier Richter's name comes up. For Reacher Season 3, the bar was high, literally at 7'2". Olivier isn't just tall, he's towering, earning the nickname the Dutch Giant for a good reason. Alan might be a big guy, but even he admits Olivier brings a whole new level.
You get to explore like what would Reacher do here for the first time, every time.
One of the amazing things about this season is because every time I watch you look so big on my screen, and they managed to find someone bigger than you with Olivier.
Yeah, I actually I found Olivier on Reddit. I was scrolling Reddit and I saw this post of where somebody was just following him at a Comic-Con. And it was like almost comedically large. And so I reached out to Nick Santora, our showrunner, and I was like, dude, I think we may have just found our Pauly. Because we were like, who are we going to cast for Pauly? I mean, in the book, this guy just about beats Reacher to death. And like, there's like nothing Reacher can do because he's so big and strong.
Remember when Willa Fitzgerald talked about Alan when he wasn't there? How will she behave when he's sitting right next to her?
Between the two of you, I love watching the two of you together. And Roscoe.
And, Alan in real life is actually quite lovely also.
Standing at 6'3", Alan Ritchson makes Tom Cruise's 5'6" Reacher look like the warm-up act. But does he see it as a rivalry? Not at all. Alan isn't trying to outdo, he simply is Reacher now. Where Cruise brought intensity, Alan brings presence. Raw, rugged, and quietly magnetic, he doesn't just step into the role, he redefines it. No shade, no contest, just a new era.
Final question, how tired are you of being compared to Tom Cruise and his Jack Reacher now? Because I kind of feel like that's a lot of...
Legendary actor of all time. The last film star, like I would never tire of being compared to somebody.
We're not sure who has the bigger appetite, Alan Ritchson or his co-stars, although Alan is a whole different ballgame. Alan Ritchson's physique is built with serious discipline, especially when it comes to diet. To maintain his muscle mass for roles like Reacher, Alan reportedly consumes around 4,500 to 6,000 calories a day.
True for me too. I just had an entire rack of ribs. And I said, just bring me a salad, please. I'm trying to be. And they go, we brought you a salad and a whole rack of ribs. I'm like, why'd you do that? And I ate the whole thing. Which one? Lemon ricotta pancakes if it's a fancy one. Regular pancakes with butter and syrup if it's not. Eggs, bacon, waffles, biscuits and gravy.
Pie.
Oranges. Pie.
Rhubarb raspberry pie in particular.
Chocolate pie, apple pie, pumpkin pie, doesn't matter. Rhubarb pie.
Pumpkin pie is good too.
All the pie. Yeah, it's just like, dude, where do we...
And I remember even getting onto the Zoom and like meeting him over Zoom, and I was like, you look gigantic.
My man.
And then he got like Fast and Furious 50 or whatever number they're on now while we were filming, and he had to like beef up as we were going.
He's the size of this couch.
Really big.
It's all very easy. And then you call action and you just see him, every part of him just switch into Reacher mode, which is a very different energy and way of being. And that is just delightful to see in real time.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
During an interview with Alan Ritchson, the host loses herself the moment Alan's picture appears on the screen. And for a split second, her tongue betrays her. Even live TV doesn't stop women from hiding how they feel about Alan.
Natural.
Well, I can say that the gym in your house worked. It was
thank you.
effective.
Thank you.
I like that too.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
You got killer pecs, bro? Those are my kids. Those are my trainers right there.
Oh my God.
Hilary Swank sits beside Alan Ritchson with a kind of grin that says her intentions are anything but innocent. You can tell she's waited for the perfect opportunity to get away with her thirst for him. Some might say she was just being playful, but we know how much Hilary loves to talk about Alan's size.
2 Oscars.
I know it's him. I know it's him.
Like
it
when
should
is
be
enough
him.
enough?
That's the right answer. That's the right answer.
I got you.
No, you do. You deserve that.
When Serena Swan is asked about Alan Ritchson's on-set habits, it starts off like any other standard behind-the-scenes moment. But then, mid-thought, she pauses, just long enough to plot a little mischief. With a sly smile, she leans into the moment, dropping a cheeky twist that catches Alan slightly off guard.
What does Alan always bring to set with him?
You got it. I mean, if you don't know this, you don't know me.
Well, you bring several things. You bring your cell phone, your iPad. You bring
You're looking at me with questions in your eyes, and I want answers.
your ego, your humbleness, your
Lots of that.
kindness towards others.